Hi, I'm Jeff Schramm, a history professor here at Missouri S&T, and I've been asked by EdTech to make this little video to talk to you about what I did in turning one of my courses from a regular course into a blended course. So let's get started. First, I'm the historian of science and technology, and I also teach a course on the history of architecture here at Missouri S&T. And that's the course that I transformed from a regular sort of classroom course, straight up classroom course, into a blended course. Instead of meeting twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we now meet once a week, just on Tuesdays. So 50% of what we had done in class has now been pushed to the online format. But we still meet once a week. I get to see all the students and their bright, shiny little faces. I think it's the best of both worlds. I get the student contact, the students get to sit in the classroom and do group work and stuff together, and they get all the resources and availability of the online environment. So I made this spiffy little list here of all sorts of neat things that I was going to tell you. What have I learned after I've done this? Well, the first thing on my list, I'm not sure if you can read it here, but the first thing on my list is this will take some time, energy, and effort. Are you ready to do this? This is going to take a little while. This is kind of almost as much as doing a new course from scratch. Are you ready to put that time, energy, and effort in to do this right? I would advise you this is not something you can do during the semester when you're teaching a bunch of other courses. This is going to take a while. Maybe do it over the summer, maybe if you can get a course release or something like that. But to do this right, it's going to take some time, energy, and effort. Be prepared to spend that time. It also gives you a great chance to reconceptualize your course. What do you want your course to actually do? What main objectives do you want to get across? Think about that, and think about how best to use both in-class and online formats to get your course objectives across. Reconceptualize it. Think at the basic level of what do you want your course to do. After you've done that, get organized. The more you do up front, the more organized you are at the beginning, the better off and easier this process will be the whole time. So get yourself organized. One thing about a lot of online and even blended courses is they're overly structured. I really like the flexibility of the classroom. If we have an interesting topic that comes up in current events, we can devote some time to that in the classroom. That sort of flexibility, that ability to go off onto different areas that you do get in the classroom, you don't get that in an online or blended format unless you build it in from the beginning. If you build in the flexibility, then you're fine. So don't overly structure your course. Don't add more than you would normally have in a regular course. Build in some flexibility. Build in some time to explore other options that you might not have figured out when you're first building your course. Probably the biggest advice I can give anyone is make the implicit explicit. Whatever you would say to your class, whatever you would tell them, my printer's making noises in the background and they're just randomly. But whatever you would say or tell your class in person, you have to write down. Whatever you would sort of imply in person, you have to write down. Make whatever is implicit, even stuff like attendance or putting your name on your paper, any of that stuff, you have to make that completely explicit. Make every instruction as explicit as possible. Borrow liberally. If there's another course out there in your department or on campus here that is sort of structured similarly to yours, ask the instructor to get access to it. Go and talk to people. Look online. There's a tremendous amount of stuff out there. You're not creating this from scratch. Don't reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of stuff out there. Borrow it. Heck, steal it if you have to. Whatever makes your course the best. Find out what's out there. Don't reinvent the wheel. Borrow liberally. And the last piece of advice I have for you is we have a tremendous amount of help available for you. The ed tech folks here on campus are wonderful, and not just because they asked me to make this video. No, they're really great. They can help you with everything, from conceptualizing your course through the mechanics of actually building it, the entire process. Make sure you talk to them. You are not doing this alone. There's a tremendous amount of help available on campus, at the system level, and even other outside help. So make sure you ask for help. You don't have to do this all yourself. Asking for help will make this process much, much easier. If you have any other questions, please give me a call or contact me, shoot me an email, talk to the EdTech folks. That's why they're here. Thanks a lot.